By the time of me sitting here and filming today's video, it is right before the new year. What I'm about to share in this video is going to be timeless. You're going to learn how to take your vision out of your mind and into your reality, to finally manifest it from the intangible world to the tangible world. If you want the next 12 months to be the best 12 months you've ever experienced, and if you are watching this video around the time of the new year, make sure that you're taking advantage of the powerful energy that exists in this world on a collective level to amplify your manifestation abilities and be very intentional with the goals that you're setting, the consciousness that you have, and the execution that you are doing in order to call in those desires. If you're done overthinking the manifestation process and you want to really see tangible results over the next 3 months, then keep on watching. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Rojosa, and if this is the first time that you're seeing my face, then welcome. It's so nice to have you here on the channel. I created this YouTube channel because I believe that we were all created to create the best world possible, and that begins with us first creating the best world possible for ourselves. So that way we have that full cup energy to give to the people around us and to the rest of the world. If you are interested in topics like spirituality, manifestation, philosophy, psychology, mindset, personal development, ancient esoteric wisdom such as the study of Kabbalah, organizational skills, and planning, this is your go-to spot because I talk about all that and so much more. Really, whatever it is that I'm passionate or called to talk about, I'm going to talk about it here on this channel. So make sure that you are subscribed if you're interested in those topics, because we have so much content coming out in this upcoming year that you are not going to want to miss out on. I also want to share that I created a workbook specifically to go along with this video, that if you're watching this in the month of January 2024, it's going to be free for this month, called Vision to Victory. And it's basically going to walk you through all the practical steps of taking your desire out of the pure thought and consciousness realm and bringing it down into this physical world step by step. Now, I made sure to make this workbook super practical and the perfect mix between spirituality, mindset work, and then actual practical planning, organization, and application so that you can reach your goals in a simple, productive, and the least overwhelming, efficient way. If you want to undergo a complete life transformation in all areas of your life within the next 12 weeks, then make sure to download this workbook. I'm going to leave it in the description for you. If you want to learn more about what's in the workbook, I don't want to give too much away, so make sure to hit that link that is in the description. I'll also leave it pinned in the comment section of this video so you can head over to the page, download the workbook. All right, now let's get into the juice of today's video. This video is about how to transform your life within the next year. The first thing that I would actually suggest is to actually not have 1-year goals. Don't get me wrong, you still can, and 1-year goals are great to have. I have them myself, and it's great to have that big picture understanding of where you're going to get to by the end of this year. But the thing is, when you set 1-year goals for yourself, there's a lot of guesswork involved. There's also a lot of procrastination and holding off on things because you're like, I got a whole nother 12 months of the year. I got a whole nother 6 months of the year. Why should I take action on my goals right now when I feel like I have so much time to reach them? About 6 months ago, I read a book called The 12-Week Year. And this book was basically all about this concept on how we should strive to set 12-week goals instead of 12-month goals. The reason for this is because when we have goals that, let's say, we have 12 months to accomplish, our subconscious mind thinks, oh, I got plenty of time. I got 12 months to reach this goal. And it gives you that subconscious permission to push off your goals, procrastinate your goals for a later date to accomplish them. But what if you took those 1-year goals, those 12-month goals, and condensed them into 12 weeks? How much would you get done? How much would you manifest? How much harder would you work? How much more focused would you be if you dedicated these 3 months to accomplishing the same goals that you set out for yourself for 1 year? Even if you don't accomplish all of the goals that you have set out for yourself in 1 year, in 12 weeks, you'll still be so much further ahead. You would have pushed yourself even further than what you thought was possible because you gave yourself a shorter time span, you gave yourself shorter deadlines, and you're more focused on getting from point A to point B in a shorter amount of time. This is bound to exponentialize your progress, exponentialize your transformation, and then therefore your result, because you're spending more time executing than you are on planning. Now, at the end of the day, the new year is just a frame of time. But what it really serves for us as is an opportunity, a window of opportunity to choose to reassess where we are in our life, reflect on the past year, or in this case, reflect on the past 3 months. And it's an opportunity to recreate yourself in a fun way, right? It gets to be fun. It gets to be exciting. And we get to decide our story from here on out. We no longer have to be that person that we were yesterday. And that comes with a decision. If you really want to recreate yourself, recreate your identity, recreate your self-concept for the upcoming year, then you need to let go of your past identity. You need to let go of who you were and who you thought you were, that you're still attached to, the version of you that's holding you back from who you desire to be. If you're actually going to make a change, you cannot go into the new year or into the next 3 months with the same consciousness that you carried in the last 3 months, unless of course you want it to be a repeat of the same old story. So this is why consciousness work is the number one phase, the number one step in my 3-phase formula. And by the way, in the workbook, I have it split up into 3 phases. The first phase is consciousness. The second phase is the organizational work and the planning stage. And then the third phase is the actual execution, where I walk you through executing, getting out of thought and into action, and making it fun, making it intentional. So the first phase is consciousness work. In order to make any changes in your life, it starts at the consciousness level. Now, consciousness is everything, but there are other steps we need to take, like planning and organization, as well as the actual execution. These are all important fundamental phases, but you cannot plan and you cannot execute if you do not first have your consciousness down packed. Okay, when I talk about consciousness, I'm talking about a few things. Number one, reflecting on the past and who you were, because when you put awareness onto who you were, only then are you able to change who you are for the future. This also includes adding intentionality to your goals, setting your intentions, declaring and deciding what is it that you want to create in your future, and then from there moving into different consciousness exercises that help you manifest using your consciousness, such as affirmations, such as visualizations, such as scripting. These techniques, these manifestation techniques, I include them all in this consciousness phase, because this is work that happens in the mind. And when it comes to reflecting as well, it's important that when we are reflecting on the past year, you're not allowing your downfalls to hold you back and to bring you back. It's in this phase where we're looking at what we did not accomplish and becoming neutral about it. Asking ourselves, okay, I acted this way, I behaved in this way, I didn't maybe execute on the goals I set out for myself completely, but now I have this awareness. Now I still learned so many lessons, and I know now how I can change my processes for the future so that the next 3 months can be exponentially better than the previous 3 months. So it's in this consciousness stage. We're reflecting, we're expanding our vision, we're adding mindfulness, and imagining and visualizing that your desire is already here. Now, the second phase of this vision to victory recipe is the organizational aspect. This is the aspect where you're actually going to plan out, based on the reflections, based on your intentions, based on the general goals that you set. You're now going to actually put pen to paper and plan out what the next 12 weeks will look like for you. Once you establish that and you have your 3 to 5 top goals written out, you're then going to break those goals down into a week by week breakdown, so that it's no longer this fluffy idea of, oh, I'm going to accomplish this, this, and this, without the actual plan written on how you're going to accomplish this. We do this so it makes sense to our brain. We do this so that we have a practical, rough idea of exactly what effort we need to put forward, whether that's physical action or consciousness action, doesn't matter, it's still an action nonetheless, to hold ourselves accountable to actually manifesting those desires. This is the phase where you are meeting the universe halfway. You're now not only saying, I'm going to do the work in my mind, I have money, I have money, I have money, but you're actually going to say, I'm going to make X amount of dollars, and these are the actions that I'm going to take every single week in order to get to my desire. I'm going to work this many hours a week, I'm going to get this many clients through doing these actions and hopping on this many sales calls, and whatever the goal is for you, okay? And it's going to be different for every business, every person, depending on your life, your goals, whatever it is that you're calling into your reality. Now, the third phase is the execution phase. It's in this phase where we take those general weekly goals and we break those down into daily actions, okay? Because even the weekly goals can be fluffy, they can be a great idea. Okay, I'll get this done this week. But then what happens is every single day we're pushing it off because we still have the whole week to execute on our goals. Instead, we should aim to get our priorities, the main focuses of our week done as early on in the week as possible. And this is where the daily breakdown comes in. The goal is that we spend less time thinking about what we need to do because we have it already planned out. We know what we're doing. We spend less time thinking and more time just executing, more time actually being in our life, actually doing the things that we need to do, and actually seeing the results reap in our life because we're taking the necessary actions that we need to take because we're being action focused. We're actually being in this new identity. We're actually embodying who we desire to be in this present moment by taking the actions that that version of you would do. Now, the execution phase is definitely the hardest part for so many people, and I know for myself for sure this is the hardest part. So what I did in this workbook is I added some incentive for you to reach your goals. And I'm not going to spoil it for you. I want you to check out the workbook for yourself. But it's important also to know that because this is now a 12-week plan rather than a 12-month plan, it's much more attainable. We're moving from future focused thinking to from one day I'll do this action to making that the present moment, saying what can I do in this moment to reach that goal. 12 months can seem extremely daunting, but 12 weeks you can say to yourself, okay, I see how I can get my desires done in this time. Ask yourself, what can you commit to for the next 12 weeks? Now you want to be realistic when you're setting this intention, but you also do want to expand yourself beyond your comfort zone to a point where you know you're going to have to stretch a little bit. You know you're going to have to do something you don't usually do, but it's for the purpose of complete transformation within a 12-week period. Now, incorporating all three of these phases, the consciousness, the organization, and the execution, it is the perfect recipe for your transformation for the next 3 months. I know that this year is going to be your most prosperous, your most loving, your most abundant, your most healthy, your most alive year that you are going to have for yourself, for your business, for your loved ones, for the world. Okay? All that's left is for you to decide, for you to declare that this is your reality, and now take the necessary aligned actions that it's going to take for you to manifest these results within the next 12 weeks. Okay, so I'll leave you guys off with that. You guys now have a resource to use alongside this video. Make sure that you're downloading it down below. Now, if you're downloading this workbook, comment down below a disco ball emoji. I want to see how many of you guys are dedicated to yourselves to transforming their life within the next 12 weeks. I'm so excited to see the comments and then to respond and to support you on your journey. Thank you so much for sharing with me your time and your focus, which are your most valuable resources. I love you so, so much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.